guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Beyonce ranked #1 over Taylor Swift, and Taylor's fans are outraged.
Ooh.
Khalid, Normani, Chloe, and Halle. I guess that's going to be other subjects. But yeah, so we did our own separate video about the rankings. You guys can check it out.
our thoughts.
Yeah, our thoughts. Let's see what the impressive got to say.
And let's be clear, everyone keep forgetting that the point of the article is for the century.
Yeah, for the century. Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. Before I get into this video, I first want to thank Ro for how trusted with
I wish we got a sponsor one of these days.
Effectiveness with Ro, so you'll have everything for Flash and ever. They decided to list who they think is the best pop star of the 21st century, and obviously their whole motive was to pit Beyonce and Taylor Swift against.
Seemed like it, because as I said in the intro of that video, I said we core the century and why are we doing the list. That was like one of my first sentences in the video.
Against each other. So for a whole week they built up this anticipation on who they were going to name the #1 pop star. And
right, if the list wasn't the list of like the first quarter century, not the whole century, but the quarter century, okay, but we're doing the whole century.
And it's pop stars. We saw on the list other people that are not pop stars.
They said pop stars are considered like anybody who's like in the pop, like out there. Like, I don't know. Like anybody, I guess.
So Lil Wayne is out there.
Yeah, Lil Wayne is out there. He's a pop.
He's one pop
star. Yeah.
First, this created a lot of discourse and even some drama on social media, especially on Twitter/X. The fans have really been acting up on X. They've been acting up, and it seems like there's this energy between Taylor fans and Beyonce fans. Like both fan bases are literally battling each other to see who they could prop up as their queen. You know what I mean? And honestly, I think it's kind of dumb. I think the comparison is really dumb.
On my list for favorite artists of the year when I was wrapping up on Spotify.
Because Beyonce and Taylor are so different in my eyes. But I realize this is not even about music or artistry at this point. This is more so about what these two represent. And it's basically the whole idea of this unattainable diva-like pop star. This queen supreme superstar that cannot be touched. At first, Beyonce was put in that position. And now you see Taylor Swift is being put in that position. And it almost seems as if the industry wants these two women to battle it out. They want them to fight for the throne. And their loyal subjects, a.k.a. their fans, are fighting on their behalf. And with this whole recent Billboard debacle...
But what do you mean fight it out? How they would fight it out? In terms of sales? Like, Taylor Swift wins.
Which is good for the industry because there's going to be fans spending their money. So that's why they're trying to manufacture this beef.
I guess.
So because you want to prove who's the best, then you have to show up for your favorite artist.
I guess.
The fans have definitely been getting active on the field. They've been having a whole meltdown over some of the write-ups too. In fact, Taylor's fans started this whole Billboard is over party trend because they didn't like the fact that they included the fake explicit image of Taylor from Kanye's famous video in the write-up about her career. And many people called Billboard out on that. They also called out the chief brand officer of Billboard, Dana Droppo, because they felt like she had a bias against Taylor and other artists, and she favored artists like Beyonce. Now, Beyonce's fans, aka the Beehive, called out Taylor's fans for being hostile and racist. In fact, they started a whole trend called Swiftie Racism. And they posted all of these crazy posts from Taylor's fans, like some of the most nasty, hateful posts and memes, and they had it trending to the point that some art.
I'm sure Taylor does have a good chunk of racist fans, but that doesn't mean every Taylor Swift fan is a racist. So so I'm sure you could say the same thing about Beyonce's fan too. They have some sort of discrimination against other groups of people, but doesn't mean all of them are.
Even picked it up. So it was a big thing. The Beehive was not playing around.
What?
I don't know. I just think, like...
Well, I'm just saying, just because some fans are like that, you can't call all the fans like that. That's what I'm saying. It's not that Taylor goes and promotes that.
I remember... Okay, what was a little bit... I looked at the girl, like, a little sideways.
Taylor?
Yes, because best time, like something about 1839 was, like, the time. Girl, I would not do well in 1839. Like, she was romanticizing it a little bit.
1839? I don't know what's the romanticized about those times. I wasn't there. It doesn't seem romantic at all, but okay.
For her, it would be good. For me, not so much. So that's why everyone is like, if you are a person of color and you like Taylor Swift, there's some issues, and I can see the complexity in that too as well. It's just a fine line. It's hard. But I know Taylor Swift. She has a kind heart from what I've seen. I don't know. I don't think she's like intentionally trying to out here be discriminatory or anything like that.
Right.
Around with
so her fans shouldn't promote
now,
that
in turn,
either, because they're reflecting her too as well.
I don't think it's fair to say that. Fuck,
fair to say what?
It's hard. I mean, just because there's some bad apples doesn't mean the whole tree is bad. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not. Yeah, I'm pretty confident she has some racist fans. I've no doubt in that, of course. But because there are some, doesn't mean like every fan is racist. Nor does it mean that Taylor is racist. You get what I'm saying? So it's like but I would be very surprised if she didn't have a single racist fan though. So I'm pretty sure she does.
Because I wonder where they all from. Like, I feel like they're like,
she makes country music, the South.
But she's from like Pennsylvania.
Right, but her early song is country. I think she's very popular in the South and everywhere. So.
Taylor's fans responded by also starting a trend called Beehive racism and showed some offensive posts that some of Beyonce's fans have made. So,
right, as I said, I think it's about. You're an Indian, by the way. Something like that. Yeah, so as I said, I believe Beyonce's fans also have, Beyonce has some like either homophobic fans or some sort of fans. Which is, again, doesn't make every fan like that. So you can't, it's just, you can't generalize because some people are like that about, you can't generalize the fandom based on one fan.
The whole situation was just a mess. And these fan bases have been carrying on for a full week up until Billboard announced who was the top pop star of the century. Now, Billboard ended up getting the crown
I'm trying to think in her music if that would make space for those to be either homophobic.
Well, homophobic, racist towards like Asians, Hispanics.
But she don't got that in her music.
No, but I never said that Beyonce did, nor do I think Taylor has.
So why?
I'm saying just some sort of fans are, like that.
They do it on the side.
Exactly, that's their side hustle.
Ooh.
But doesn't make every fan like that. That's what I'm saying. You can't generalize the whole fan base as one bad apple.
Beyonce, but it was kind of messy because throughout Beyonce's write-up, they mentioned Taylor Swift like 16 times. It's almost like they had to pacify Taylor's fans for putting her at number 2 instead of number 1. So this is some of what was said. While Taylor Swift is the century's biggest pop star by the numbers, from album sales to streams to touring dominance, our editorial staff has chosen Beyonce as our number 1 greatest pop star of the century based on her full 25 years of influence, evolution, and impact. I feel like they could have said the last.
As we said in our reaction, what Beyonce definitely has over Taylor, undisputably, is the longevity. Beyonce been there since day one. Since January 1st, 2000, she was in the game.
As a group and then as a solo artist.
Right, so she does have that. How much weight that carries in the decision making, I don't know, but Taylor does not have that and cannot compete in that. She came in the game later.
I wonder how Taylor would do in a group.
Part without bringing up Taylor's stats because this was a write-up about Beyonce, so they should have just left it as that, but bringing Taylor into Beyonce...
Yeah, that is interesting why you bring Taylor into Beyonce's write-up, so it should be about Beyonce.
His write-up kind of cheapens Beyonce's number 1.
What if I told you this was the last ad you would ever see?
One position. And the Swifties were upset that Taylor wasn't number 1, so the Billboard deputy editor had to come back and explain why she wasn't number 1. He said, but of all the artists who aren't number 1 on this list, Taylor was the only one who gave us like real pause. And a ranking number 2 isn't something that everyone on the staff agrees with. I don't think it's something that everyone in the room agrees with. She's got all the sales, all the Grammys, all the touring numbers, all the impact. The biggest one that puts her...
I don't know why they just tie them as equal. Like, give them both number 1, I don't know. Because I feel both of them have claims. In terms of numbers, like music popularities, Taylor takes it like it's undisputed. As I said earlier, in terms of longevity, and longevity impact on the industry, Beyonce takes it. Each has a claim to it.
Okay, so let's go. So career-wise, they both have fairly long careers.
Beyonce's is way longer than Taylor's.
Okay.
Taylor's is like, what, if you want to be generous, 15 years? Not if you want. It is 15 years. Okay, 15 years. Beyonce's is close to 30 almost.
They said she was performing since she was a little girl.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. You know, the longevity is definitely Beyonce.
In a group and as a solo artist.
Yes.
That's two feats there. That's pretty awesome. Also, they both had done large donations to charities.
Right, the character both is impeccable.
Yeah.
Neither has any like blemishes on it.
The only thing I don't know for Taylor Swift, I don't know her businesses. What's her businesses?
That's a good thing. Why should you know her businesses? It's private.
No, like she doesn't like
I
have
understand
makeup.
that. Why
She
that's
have...
private? Why you should know?
No, because Beyonce had businesses.
She has private investments. That's
I
private.
told you that point. Don't be trying to take my point. I said
What?
yes, she can have investments.
Yeah.
But Beyonce too also have investments
Right.
too.
So what?
So
what are you
I'm trying to see
say?
what's the factor that would take her to number one.
Who, Taylor?
Yeah.
The numbers, streaming,
The numbers?
She has a 2 billion tour versus Beyonce's tour was like 500 million, 4 times
So
bigger.
so we're doing total tours,
Yeah, like if you do
total
total
tours,
numbers,
awards and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
Taylor
maybe...
would take it.
Oh, that's
Taylor
that's
has
hard.
way bigger
Then
streams.
why they put Beyonce as one? Then explain me that.
Well, again, longevity and possibly the influence, because I don't know if Taylor is that influential versus Beyonce. I mean, Taylor doing her thing, cool, but ain't nobody kind of trying to mimic Taylor either. Rosé is like the only one who just came out now trying to
No,
mimic
they
her.
say Olivia Rodrigo. They say
Okay.
who's the other girl? They say a lot of girls trying to copy Taylor.
I don't know. No, none of them like really. Only Rosé, as I said. Now Beyonce, like half of R&B industry are trying to copy
be like
Beyonce.
Beyonce?
I feel like Beyonce.
You think so? Who
Yeah.
else give you Beyonce? Nobody can give Beyonce. I think that's unique. I feel like people are trying to be Taylor before they're trying to be Beyonce. Who's trying to get Beyonce? Let me know. Because then I may listen to her. Beyonce is like unique. Unique.
It is. I'm not saying she's not unique, but I'm saying she.
Who's trying to be Beyonce? Kenya Moore?
I don't really want to say names because then Fanbase is gonna come for me.
Well, then who?
I don't want to say names. That's what I just
Can you
told
give me
you.
a hint?
I don't want to say it. Then
There's
everybody's
nobody.
gonna come.
There's nobody trying to be Beyonce. I don't get it. I don't see it. Then it's
So
a
then, how did Beyonce win? Nobody trying to be Beyonce. She
That's
she
what
has
I'm
no
asking.
influence.
I'm asking.
She has no influence in the industry. Then it's Taylor, clear cut. Beyonce should be number 10.
Beyonce
on.
was in the Olympics.
No, like Beyonce has influence. I feel like I don't know. I feel like nobody trying to be Taylor. I think like a lot of people.
Really? I feel like there's a lot of girls trying to be Taylor. I'm trying to figure out who's this Beyonce who's out here trying to be Beyonce. It's like for Kenya Moore.
Kenya Moore. She's not even a
Yes.
singer. It's a housewife. What are you talking about?
You don't know the joke.
What joke?
The joke. Everyone says that she looks like Beyonce.
I'm not talking about the looks.
I know, but that's the only thing I can think of.
Number 2 is that she gets off to a late start. She doesn't release her first single until June of 2006. We probably mark her stardom to Fearless and specifically like Love Story becoming this massive, massive global hit. So in other words, Taylor is too new to be number 1. Beyonce gets it by default because her career spans for almost 30 years at this point. So, like I said, I think this cheapens Beyonce's number 1 spot. And I think Billboard is messy to stir up this
But
debate.
yeah, when you bring up the numbers, it's like, ooh. The only here that's keeping me is time. I think that should say something. Seniority. What happened to good of seniority?
Right.
What's the point of seniority if I can't use it?
In the first place, because why are they trying to name the number 1 artist of the 21st
Because that's
century?
hard.
This
What
century
if
is not even.
Taylor flop, like, and she's like gone, banished, like.
Who, Taylor?
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. She has too many good songs to flop, even if
You don't
everything
know.
from now on flops.
You don't know people's careers. You don't know their futures.
Both of Beyonce and Taylor could flop right now, and they would
I-
still would be legends with their previous music. So that doesn't mean nothing.
I don't know. I don't control the future. We only know today.
Over. We have 76 years left. So there will be many
many
other
years
artists
left?
who will eventually come up.
76.
And who knows,
Well,
they might
75
surpass Taylor and
almost.
Beyonce.
We may
I
get
think
someone
it's
else
too soon to
popping
call,
in
and I
between
think Billboard did this.
No, but that's why I'm like, why are we making this list now?
Because the people may not be here at the time.
Call
to
it
write
the
up.
quarter century, best of the
No.
quarter century,
Okay,
not the whole century.
it's
Stupid.
To be messy and to get a rise out of people. And mission accomplished. It definitely got a rise out of people. But in my personal opinion, I do think Beyonce deserves the number 1 spot, at least for being the best pop star of her generation. I think she definitely has put in the work, and it's not just because of her longevity either. It's really because of her cultural impact. It's because of her talent. It's because of her showmanship and her constant
I
determination.
also would say what she has over Taylor is showmanship. Like the live performances, they're more entertaining than Taylor's for me. That I will give to Beyonce. As an entertainer, who I'm more interested in watching it is Beyonce than Taylor.
Nation to outdo herself, and
Taylor has
also the
some
way
cute
she has
outfits,
elevated the
but
standard for what
It's not the same. It doesn't hit the same. Beyonce's performances are phenomenal.
Performer should be. She has done all of that and has inspired many. She even inspired Taylor Swift based on her own words. So there aren't a lot of people who could do what
There you go. Taylor said she's trying to be Beyonce, so that answers it.
Beyonce does. And this is not to say that she's the only one who
Trying
can
to
go
be,
out high.
but gives are two different.
No, I never said gives. I said trying to be. Nobody's gonna be
Who's
Beyonce. There's
But
only
you
one
know, for
Beyonce.
me,
Someone who trying to be.
I don't know who's that. I can't wait to figure out when you tell me after this video.
Notes and do
Who? Taylor Swift. She just said it. Taylor Swift trying to be Beyonce.
Okay, who else you with?
16
Anybody in the pop industry trying to be Beyonce.
counts and perform for 2 hours straight without slowing down. She's not the only one who could do that, but it does take a lot of discipline and conditioning to get to that level. And because of the amount of training and experience it takes, it's not going to be so common to see. Now, on the flip side, when I see an artist like Taylor Swift, I kind of feel like what she offers is somewhat common. And this is not to take anything away from her and what she accomplished. I do think Taylor
I think that's a valid point. Beyonce is a more standout than a Taylor Swift to me.
is a great songwriter.
But the numbers do speak for themselves. We cannot discount the
I mean,
numbers.
Common get the majority of the numbers, no? Unique gets like a niche. He gets a little
that is a good
sector.
point as well. That is a good point too.
She makes good music, and her selling power is out of this world. We haven't seen anything like it in this new era. So I do think she deserves her props for that. But what Taylor does in some aspects is a bit more common. What Beyonce does is not exactly as common. But those are just my thoughts on that. But I still think Billboard was messy for creating this whole drama in the first place. Billboard is messy. Now, moving on, I want to talk a little bit about...
Also, I feel like if it is a Billboard doing, if it was some sort of Time magazine doing this, right?
Who?
Time magazine.
Oh.
Then I could see Beyonce, longevity, influence, cool Beyonce events. Since Billboard is doing it, to me, it should be purely about Billboard numbers. Which Taylor Swift takes the cake, period. That should be, there would
I
be
think
no
that's why
debate.
they get more fire.
Right, because to me, when I saw Billboard initially, it's Billboard. It's based on the Billboard charting, which is Taylor. Simple. Like, instead, they're doing about influence on change. That's not Billboard's thing.
It's
Let
very
time do that.
subjective, but they're
Yeah, that is subjective.
Whoever is working on the team,
Right.
come up with a list.
Let
together.
the Times News do those, Fox News or some shit. I don't know.
some music and some performances. Chloe and Halle actually did a recent performance together at the Fashion Awards, and they performed the song Want Me, which is off of Chloe's album Trouble in Paradise. I love that song, and I really loved this performance. Honestly, I think at this point, Chloe and Halle need to get back together. Like, they're so in sync. Their voices blend so well together. Their performance style is so theatrical. They just really have it. And I do hope that in the future, if they go on tour, they kind of...
Are the heels they're wearing that different, or they're really different height? Because they're twins, aren't they?
I think they told us they're not twins.
Oh, they're not twins.
I don't think they're twins.
Oh, I always thought they were twins. Oh, never mind then.
use this same performance style. I like it. Also, Normani got a chance to finally perform recently at the Spotify wrap-up show, and she ate that up completely. She's such a dynamic performer. I really wish she gets more chances to perform on stage, but she really showed out at that Spotify rap show. And she also did an R&B Spotify event not too long ago, so she slowly has been getting back out there, which is good, because I know she doesn't have a lot of support from her label like that. So her team has to do the best with what they got, because the budget isn't there and the priority isn't there either. So she's been doing the best with what she can. And I did hear that she also ranked at number 55 on the top streamed female albums on Spotify this year, which is a big deal considering she had no promotion, no videos, no televised performances, nothing. She gave us nothing. And I'm pretty sure, once again...
Is it? Number 55 is kind of, you know.
No.
Yeah, 55. That's something to celebrate.
I mean, some people don't even make it.
Yeah, but she is a name. After
No, she's been gone for a while. And everyone thought she's
still
not
a
going to
name.
come back.
She's still a name, though. She's not, I don't know.
She came from the same group, Camila Cabello.
and it's her label not really giving her the leeway to do a lot of things. You know, they're the ones who have to approve of the budget and approve of all the releases. So she's doing the best with what she got. Now, I do want to also talk about Khalid dropping a deluxe for his album Sincere. He also happened to feature Chloe, Normani, and also Iris Star on this deluxe as well. And the album originally dropped earlier this year. I got a chance to listen to it, and I will say it was very moving.
Really? Nothing charted. You didn't see one song from him.
Khalid does play with the alternative, kind of darker R&B sounds quite often lately. I do prefer some of Khalid's other projects, if I'm being honest, but I will say the 6 new songs he added on the deluxe was the perfect touch. It kind of breathed new life into the album, and I loved all the collaborations he included on there. I can't really pick a favorite, but I thought Ira, Normani, and Chloe really did.
Yeah, not a single song of his was on those charts. You react to weekly to the charts, and nothing is there.
Did their thing. I liked it, and I'm glad that Khalid is dropping his music and minding his business. I know he had a clout chasing ex not too long ago trying to expose him, but nobody cares about that. Like, Khalid is unproblematic, and one thing he doesn't do is he doesn't use his personal life or drama or use foolish antics to promote his music. He's never done that, so he's not doing that now. For those who are wondering if he only created a PR stunt to drop new music, that's not the case. Khalid is not that type of artist. But anyway, tell me what you all think about this.
Yeah. Okay, guys, let us know your thoughts. If you to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.